Good evening, good evening, good evening. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you beautiful ladies for taking the time out of your busy Sunday to log on to this amazing, amazing call that we have set up for you. This movement started about 6 months ago after I reached out to a friend of mine who thought it would be a great idea for us to build a platform to help women trade and learn about Forex and cryptocurrencies and things of that nature. Being in a male dominant industry, it's very, very rare for you to find women who trade. So when you find another boss female, you get excited about it. And I know that sometimes as women, we feel intimidated in spaces where it's predominantly male. We don't feel comfortable to ask questions, or we don't feel, confident enough to ask those questions. So this is our safe space, ladies. This is for you. This movement is going to be great. It's going to be powerful. I want to go ahead and jump right into it. My name is Rhonda. I've been trading Forex now right about a year, studying day in, day out, failing, falling on my face, blowing accounts. I've done it all. I was super grateful to link up with some other friends, and we all decided to trade together and really lock arms and do this together. So we built a community where now we're able to teach other people how to trade. And it doesn't matter where you are, what your background, what your race, ethnicity. It doesn't matter about any of that, because Forex is currency exchange. It's foreign exchange, So if you've ever traveled somewhere before and you've ever exchanged your US dollar for another currency, that's exactly what Forex is. So on this webinar, you're going to learn a little bit about what Forex is. How do you trade it? How do you make money? My story starts back about 10 years ago. I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. I graduated college with a bachelor's, went on to get a master's degree. And after that, I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I really didn't have the spirit to do the 9-to-5 thing. I tried it. I had great jobs, killed interviews, but I would get into those roles and I just realized, like, this isn't for me. I'm not happy. I don't want to do this anymore. And, I would eventually leave the situation, right? So after college, I started a clothing line. I've had a record label. I've done graphic design, marketing. I've done all these things. I'm currently owning a gym, a fitness studio here in Houston, Texas, and super, super grateful for my clients and all the opportunities, and being able to build that community in itself is great. The one thing that I realized was being an entrepreneur and having my hands in different opportunities and different ventures, that I was becoming a slave to the opportunity. And not in a bad way, but just saying, like, you have to be at a gym, or you have to be here, you have to be there. I wanted to find something that I could completely do from anywhere in the world. We want this time freedom. We want to be able to call our own shots and things like that. So you have to figure out a space that you can get into where you're able to make the money at your leisure, whatever you want, wherever you want. And that's when I found Forex, right? A friend of mine was trading Forex online, and I kept following his Instagram page. And I would see him post and post and post. And then keep in mind, this guy was probably about 23 or 24 years old at the time. And he's buying Lamborghinis, he's getting mansions, he's traveling all over the world. And I said, you know what? I'm going to ask this kid what he's doing. I'm going to swallow my pride, and I'm going to figure out. And I say kid because I'm 33 years old right now. And at that time, he was probably 23. I'm probably 30. I'm like, what is this? I reached out to him. He explained it to me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Forex. I've heard about that. What is it? I started looking into it, and the charts were intimidating. I'm not going to lie. You see, if you're looking at your screen right now, you're looking at ups and downs and reds and boxes, and it was just too much. So for about a year and a half, I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm not doing this. I'll stick to my gym. I'll stick to my marketing. This is too much. I don't get it. I don't have time. But after a year or so, watching him grow and his journey just become great, I kept kind of putting my toe in. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try. But then I would just fall back. Okay, I'm going to try. But then I would fall back because it was something foreign. Just like anything else, it was foreign. And I don't want you to be discouraged because it's something that you don't understand. And that's the reason for this free webinar, because we want to expose people to an opportunity that may be a little bit scary. It may be a little bit unsure. You may think it's another one of those scams. It's another one of those schemes, pyramids. Well, let me tell you right now that it's nothing like that. Forex has been around as long as the stock market. It's not going anywhere. It's just currency exchange. That's all it is. Nothing more and nothing less. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. The only reason why it's more, I guess you would say, relevant to you now is because the industry before, you had to have a minimum of $10,000 just to get in. With time and technology and the internet and things like that, they now have brokers where you can actually open up a Forex or a broker account with a minimum of $10. The average person has $10. So now, everybody, it's an even playing field. It's not only the big boys or the big companies who have tens and $20,000 to put into their account. Now the average person, the everyday person, college student, mom, teacher, gymnast, trainer, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, anybody can now do it from the ease of the phone. I'm pretty sure some of you are on your phones right now watching this webinar. How many of us check Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat before we even get out of bed in the morning? How many of us check our phones without even realizing that we're checking it over and over and over again? So I say that because it's like, why not turn your phone into an ATM? As cliche as it sounds, this is truly the opportunity that allows you to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to break it down and just kind of show you how things work. So as you see right here on the chart in front of you, it's active. This is going to be your chart. This is going to be your pair at the top. So we're going to use the euro to the US dollar. So it's EUR USD. So you put that in. There's a time frame right here: 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 45 minutes. We're going to look on a 4-hour chart. Okay. So everything here, every line here is going to represent 4 hours. Okay. So every little red or green area is going to represent 4 hours. Now you can come down and you can do an hour. You can come down and you can do a day. It's totally up to you, your style and your life. Some people are busy. I have teachers who are a part of my students, people who just have really, really busy lives. And they're like, I can't trade every day. I can't trade every hour around. How can I do this around my life, my schedule? You can choose any time frame that you're comfortable with. I personally like the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I have some business partners who trade on a daily, trade on a weekly, and even a monthly. You don't have to be glued to your phone to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the 1 hour just to make things a little simple. Okay, so every little blue line here represents 1 day, and it goes on a 24-hour time frame. So 24 hours is 24 hours, 24 hours, everything here. So that breaks it up for you to kind of see. Now you have our reds, which are going to represent sells, and you have your greens, which are going to represent buys. As you can see, the greens go up, the reds go down. That's what you're doing. You're buying and selling. That's what you're doing. So you're kind of betting on one team or the other, if you want to break it down into a simpler term, right? So when we're saying the euro to the US dollar, the euro being the main pair versus the US dollar. So you want to trade based on the pairs that you like. There's a ton of pairs. You don't have to trade every single pair. You can find a pair that you like. I like the euro USD. That's one of my favorite pairs. If you take my training course, you'll see that I trade euro USD a lot. It's nothing against any other pair. I like it. When you find your pair, stick with it. You don't have to chase pairs. You don't have to chase time frames. You get to make it how you want. It's kind of like you get to customize it, So with that euro USD, we see that it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, right? So what we have what's going to be called a lot size and a pip. So your lot size is what you're going to be using as your amount that you're going to trade per movement. Your pip is per movement, price and percentage. So price and move. So your pip, say this move right here, the red going down right here is 80 pips. That means it moved 80 positions from top to bottom. So you have that 80 pip move, and let's just say that you want to do it for 10 cents per move. So if you do the 80 times 10 cents, you've made $8 on this move alone. That's 8 hours. Right here, it shows you how many hours it took for it to happen. 8 hours, and it moved 80 pips. So you do your 10 cents times that, and you have $80 in 8 hours. Some people don't make $80 an hour at that time at their job. Some people don't see that. So just imagine if you would have set this in your phone and then set it and forget it. Using our strategies, using our methods. Say you set it, you go to work, it's the weekend or whatever you choose to do. You're enjoying your family and your friends. and you look back on your phone and you got in here and you were able to take this trade all the way down to the bottom and make your 80 pips. And now just say you made those 80 pips 8 hours on that same 10-cent lot. Now say you want to be a little brave, a little bold, right? And say you want to do the same 80 pip move, but now you want to up it and do $5 per pip. So you want to do a $5 lot. So now you take that same 80 pip move, you multiply it by 5, and now you've made $400 in the same 8 hours that you did before. Now, the reason why we say you can do different sizes on your lots, because if you have a $100 account, I would suggest you probably using a 10 cent. So we're going to say this is going to be a $100 account, and we're going to do 10 cents per pip. Okay. I'm going to put it here. Change that up a bit, make it a little bigger. Okay. So we have that right here. We're going to use that scenario. We have a $100 account. So now, days later, the days change, and say you get in right here. You catch this trade right here, and you just want to ride the trade out. This is one day. As you can see from top to bottom, this is the blue marker representing a new day. So you got in the trade here, you wrote it down, the day switched over, and you still stayed in that trade. So now it's 134 pips that you caught on that trade because you caught the sell going down. So now you take the 134, you multiply it by 10, and you have $13.40. Right? So now you can add that $13.40 to your $100 account. That's $113 that you now have just off of this trade a day. You made $113 in a day. It sounds a little bit like, oh my God, I can't believe it, but it's true. So say you add that 113. So now you have 113, right? So we have 113.40. We're going to keep it even for marketing and training purposes, right? So 113, right? So now we have 113 in our account. The days move and we haven't traded in a few days. Cool, no problem. And you're like, okay, I want to trade today. Now you catch a trade and you use the methods that we teach and you find this entry, right? You find this entry going up. Now you're on the buy for the same pair. And now this is a 13-hour move, 68 pips. So now you do your 68 pips times your 10 cents. And that's $6.80 plus your 113. Right? So now you have 119. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to update this to our 119. Now this is completely from your phone. No hard work, no hard labor. You're putting it in from your phone, just like Tinder, POF, App Store, anything like that. It's easy. It's super, super easy. It doesn't take a lot of work. You can put it in and set it and forget it, walk away. Okay. So now let's just say we continue to do that for some time. And now you have, let's say you have a bigger account. So say you're on a $1,000 account, just using this for an example. And now we're going to be doing, let's say we're going to do $2 per pip. Okay. So now we have a $1,000 account and we're going to do $2 per pip. Time has passed, days have gone by, and now let's say we want to go and catch it here. The day just started and you want to catch it up top. And you ride this all the way down for 60 pips. We're going to round up. I'm trying to make things a little easier. So we say we have 60 pips here. As you can see, it's 59. And we're going to round it up to 60 just to be safe. So we have 60 pips times $2. That's $120 that was made in 1 day and 3 hours. $120 is not bad to make in 1 day. Like I said, some people don't make that at their jobs. Not talking down on anybody, no shade, nothing like that. I'm just saying, even if you have a job, if you have something else that you do that you make money with, that's fine. I'm not discouraging anyone to stop what they're doing to trade Forex. What I'm saying is an extra $120 around your life is an excellent It's an excellent thing, right? You're not going to turn that down. Now let's calculate this move that we looked at previously. That same move that was 100 and let's just round up. We're going to round up 130. You have that 130 move and now you're at $2 per pip. That's $260 that was made in 2 days. That same move is now $260 around your job, around your kids, around your family, school, whatever it is that you're doing. We teach you a method that allows you to understand when the move is going to be made, when things are going to happen, all that stuff that we teach you. We show you how to catch moves like this and the strategies that we teach are easy. Anybody can learn. And the reason why we did that is because we realized that this can be intimidating. If you don't know what you're looking at, if you don't take the time, this right here can scare anybody. It scared me. It scared the crap out of me. I'm not going to lie. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to pass. But I realized now that I was missing out on something amazing. Like this right here can really change someone's life if they just took the time to learn. It's not hard. It's not hard at all because we can teach you in 3 one-on-one lessons. We teach you in one-on-one lessons. That means you and me locking arms, going at it for 90 minutes per session and really making sure you get it, making sure that you understand it. In just this quick webinar alone, I've already shown you the possibilities, and I'm not going to sit here and just talk about the fluff and only the good stuff because just like this could happen going down, this green candle is also going up. So, okay, you had a little pullback. You may have lost 5 pips of your 89 pips, but that's okay because it's all about wins and losses. If you can learn how to manage your account, that's something we teach you, is leverage. We teach you how to leverage your account. So if you had $1,000 account, we're not going to be trading $20 per pip. We're not going to trade $10 per pip. We're going to use proper leverage, proper risk management, and we're going to grow our accounts to where you're not dipping into your shoe fund, the kids' school fund, your beauty fund. We're going to be adding to those things. I feel like as women, we have so many talents in so many areas that this is just something we can add to our bag, to our arsenal. It's not something that's complex. It's just something that you have to take the time to actually want to learn. You have to actually say, you know what, I want to do this. I believe I can do this. And it's just sitting here and back testing. This is called back testing. We can go back ages. This goes all the way back. You can go, as you see at the bottom, it's different days. You can go and see everything that's happened and you can see where price was, where price has gone. And it shows you, it tells you. They say, if you want to know what the market's doing, look left. So we know that the market is in a downtrend. This right here, we know that it's a downtrend. You don't have to keep up with what presidents are doing, with anybody's doing. We know that this is a downtrend. From top to bottom, we know that that's a downtrend. So we could have stayed in this trade all the way from the top and rode it all the way down to the bottom for over 158 pips, 158 pips. 3 days of work. Take that 158 pips and just imagine if you were on a $5 lot. That's $790 in 3 days. Now, yes, there's some greens in here, which are called pullbacks. But if you're in a proper lot and to your account size, your account's not going to be compromised and you're not going to be nervous about taking a loss because we teach you how to use the right lot sizes for your account. So that way, when it does have a pullback like right here, you don't freak out and, oh, I got to get out of my trade. You're okay. You're comfortable. You know that the trend is happening. You're riding the trend and you're okay. And that's fine. But all these methods we teach you so that you become more confident. The whole model for our movement is trade, travel, and empower. We want to empower other people, especially women, that it's okay to learn something. It's okay not to know it by yourself because you have a group of women like yourself here to learn with you, here to train with you, here to bump our heads together. And everything isn't always beautiful. It isn't always perfect. It doesn't always happen like that. Right here, you see the trend was up. You ride that trend up and you collect your money. right from your smartphone. If you can get on, if these kids can get on these smartphones, 176 pips in 6 days. If these kids can get on these smartphones and do all this stuff on YouTube and make money from YouTube, we can do it too. So 176 pips, 6 days, $880. How many people can honestly say in 6 days they make $880 at the jobs with their whatever, with their side gigs or whatever? This is effortless. You put the trade in. Once you learn the methods, you put it in, you set it, you forget it, you keep it moving, and then you know that you're safe. You know that your trade is safe. You can set a stop loss, which helps you as like your breaks. You can set a take profit, which say you only want to let it go up, say 40 pips. I'm okay at 40 pips. I don't want to risk too much, and I want to take it out right here at 40 pips. What you would do is you would enter your trade down here. Say you enter your trade down here and you would write it up. Once it hit this green line, it would close your trade out automatically. You don't have to keep looking at it. You don't have to keep watching it. You don't have to babysit. And then say you wanted to say, okay, I want to put some breaks right here. You enter your trade here. And if that trade ever started to pull back on you, it would knock you out of your trade right here. But if you say, I only want 40 pips, cool. You set your take profit right here. Boom, it breaks out. You got your 40 pips. You're good. You've collected your money. Now you got your 40 pips at your $5. You've made $200. You're comfortable. You're not worried about it. You got a little shoe money, hair money, travel money, school money, whatever the case may be. You got that and you're gone. But then, as you see, the market kept moving and it kept going up. But you're not worried about that because you secured your profit and you're out and you're comfortable. So it went up for an additional 38 pips. But you made your money right here. There's no guesswork. There's no figuring it out. And then we had our insurance right here. In case it pulled back and it starts going the opposite direction, we put this stop loss right here. So say the stop loss was 10 pips and we had this set for 40 pips. So we knew already how much we were risking on this trade. So at $5 times 20, we're risking $100 to make $200. That's totally up to you what you want to risk. That you can set it for 5, you can set it for 40. I would never set it for more than I'm willing to gain. So if our gain is only 40, I'm not setting it for 50 or 60. I'm going to set it somewhere where it makes more sense. But you can set this right here, set it and forget it. That's it. I'm super excited to share this with you. It's easy. Our whole mission is to help 1,000 women make $100 extra a week. And we're going to do that by offering these webinars to just explain, to just talk about things and, question and answer. If you have a question, drop it in the box below. We'll answer it. Send an email. Join our Facebook group. Definitely. It's right here. If you're not on our Facebook group, definitely add it. You can add it by putting the @ symbol, the MMT group. And once you do that, that'll give you access to the Facebook group. And you can send questions by just hitting the messenger. And we'll go ahead and answer all your questions that you may need. And we'll be able to do that. If you're unsure or if you just, want some clarity, you can always ask like, hey, I don't understand this. Can you explain that? What about this? Answers are there for you. Don't feel intimidated anymore. Don't feel like you don't know it. It's just like school. We didn't know everything when we went to school, but we went to school to learn. And that's where you got the knowledge in order to move forward. And whatever job you're in now or whatever your career you're in, you took that knowledge bank and you grew it further. So that's all this webinar is about, is giving you the knowledge that you need in order to be successful with this skill set. So another thing I do want to touch on, because a lot of people ask, is Bitcoin. A lot of people heard about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. A cryptocurrency is just like a U.S. currency. It's another form of currency. Just like we have the U.S. dollar, the U.S. dollar is just like the BTC, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an online digital currency. So just like if I wanted to send you $20 online in a cryptocurrency, I would send it to your account. You could spend it on anywhere online that they accept Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency. I know back in a couple of years ago, if you remember the game Sims, they used that cryptocurrency in the game to buy clothes and unlock different levels and stuff like that. And that was like the first wave of the Bitcoin phase and things like that. So now we have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, Litecoin. There's so many coins that fall under the cryptocurrency that a lot of people get confused about Bitcoin. They heard, oh, Bitcoin crashed, or Bitcoin is this, or Bitcoin is that. Bitcoin is just another currency. It's a cryptocurrency. So you can buy cryptocurrencies, you can use US currency to buy cryptocurrencies, and as cryptocurrencies go up or down, you make profit, just like the US currency, just like the euro, just like the Japanese yen. Just like those currencies move up and down, the Bitcoins and the coins, they move just like that. So you can trade Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a Bitcoin. That's a myth. You don't buy the Bitcoin, you trade it. So just like it goes down, it goes up, it moves, you do the same thing. You're trading Bitcoin. Now you have some people who purchased Bitcoin where they bought a coin. I think now one coin is like valued at like $6,000. Now you may not have $6,000 to just go out and buy one Bitcoin. So what you would do is you would buy pieces of a Bitcoin, and then you would just make profit on the pieces that you purchase. Now, what happens with that, it may move slow for some people. You may be like, oh, I only made 20 cents today on my Bitcoin, or I only made $2 on my Bitcoin, because you don't control how much it moves. As like a Forex, you get to decide on your lot size, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $1, $10, $100 per pip is your lot size that you have set. So that's the difference. When you buy a Bitcoin, you don't control that. It's controlled by the movement, the economy that's around the coin. So I personally say, if you can afford a Bitcoin, I'm all for it. Cryptocurrencies aren't going anywhere. They're only getting bigger. I was in Vegas and there was a Bitcoin ATM. So you would put your Bitcoin ID in and it would give you cash. Now, of course, just like in any ATMs, there's a fee. So say you go to the ATM, there's a $1.75 fee for the US dollars. That's normal. You go to the same thing for a Bitcoin currency, they may charge you $5 to, exchange. That's okay. There's several companies that take Bitcoin: Nike, Amazon, Netflix. They are all taking Bitcoin now. It's not something that's going anywhere. So if you heard that it's a bubble, it's gonna burst, it's fake, that's not true. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. It's gonna be here for the long run. Learn about it, educate yourself about it, ask me questions about it, because Bitcoin is here to stay. It's only going to grow. As you can see right here, Bitcoin had a super, super long run where it was on an uptrend. That could have been news related. It could have been a new company bought stock in it, or, something happened where they may have like brought it into their company. But Bitcoin was on a super run right here for a while, 1, 2, 3 days. Uptrend, 3 days of Bitcoin. So someone who says, oh, Bitcoin's not moving, it's fake, just let them know that Bitcoin's not going anywhere. So if you have coins, if you have big Bitcoins or pieces of Bitcoins, keep them, hold on to them, ride it out. I personally like to trade Bitcoin because I don't have to commit. Got a little bit of a commitment issue when it comes to these coins. I don't want to hold on to it. I don't want to rock out like that. I want to just collect my money and keep it pushing. So what happens is when you make profit in Forex, you are able to use a broker. And with the broker, they can set you up. And this is how you trade, because you have to put your money into a broker. So you would use a broker to put your money into. Like I said, you can start with a minimum of $10. Once you put your money into a broker, then you're able to go and download an app to your phone. These are all free. You download the app to your phone, and then you're able to connect your broker account to your MetaTrader 4 account, and that's how you're trading. So it's kind of like the middleman for your money. So that's how the brokers make money. So say you put $100 in here, and you put the $100 in, but when it's time to withdraw, there may be a small fee of $1.25, $2. It varies per different brokers, so it's all different. You can withdraw daily, weekly, monthly. You can use Bitcoin to withdraw. You can use your debit, credit card. You can use your bank account. You can withdraw to another Forex account. It is totally up to you what you want to do as far as your withdrawal. But I know a lot of people are curious. So like, how do I withdraw? So say you withdraw to your bank account, you would do a wire transfer. And when you do the wire transfer, it takes about 5 to 7 days on average, and it goes straight to your account. But there's no fees when you do that wire transfer. Now, I know if you do Bitcoin, there's like a small fee, but some people may want to use it for their Bitcoin account. It's just totally up to you, but they have tons of options on getting your money. So that's never a problem. You can do it a ton of ways. Perfect Money, UPay, e-payments, VLoad, Ripple, Bitcoin, wire transfer, web money, NetTeller, credit cards, debit cards. There's 2 pages. So you never have to worry about your money. You can always get your money just as you put it in. So that's how the brokers work. So you will put your money into a broker. You don't give your money to me. You don't give your money to anybody. You put it into a broker account that you create on your own. And when you put it into your broker account at that point, then you're able to trade because they're going to give you a login to put onto the other app so that you actually trade. So with that being said, I'm super excited and I'm super grateful for each and every one of you logging on, taking this time. I don't want to make it too long. I know you have things to do, you have stuff, but I did want to educate. I do want to use this platform to educate people because a lot of times we assume, or our friends told us something, girl, don't do that. That's a pyramid. Girl, don't do that. That's fake. I don't have time for that. Or you make excuses of why you can't. But I'm here to let you know that you can. I don't get anything from you making a decision. I just want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody learn the skill set. My goal is to teach high school students how to trade and teach them a skill set that they can take away after high school. We're working on that right now, and we're implementing and taking a proposal to the schools to see how we can bring this program into schools and teach people. It doesn't matter if you're a felon. It doesn't matter if you failed the 6th grade. It doesn't matter if you haven't worked, if you can barely read. Like, everyone can be taught this skill. Everyone should know this skill. Just imagine what this could do for you if you needed to pay a bill, or if you want to take this trip, or if you want to buy your kids something. Imagine being able to truly turn your phone into an ATM. Imagine the possibilities that you could have. I'm not saying hit a home run and try to make $2,000 or $3,000 a day. What if an extra 100 what could an extra $100 do for you on a weekly? That's $400 a month extra that you did from your phone while you were watching Netflix, or while you were at the pool with the kids, while you were cooking dinner for your family. Like, think on that scale. Don't try to think beyond, because sometimes that becomes unrealistic to some people. But just think about that $100 a week. That's not $100 a day. That's $100 a week. Think about what that could do for your life. With that, I want to say thank you again. Join our Facebook group. Go ahead and join the Facebook group. Again, it is at the MMT group. You can log in here. We put a lot of motivational things. We put a lot of funny things. A lot of our students, they give us their testimonials. We add that. This person, a day, 17 minutes, $697. You can't tell me that doesn't help. $249. You can't tell me that these things don't help or couldn't help you. Just imagine right now, when you get off of this call, I want you to write down your monthly expenses. And I want you to think about an extra $400 a month, and where could that go and how could that help? This person right here, a week, for the whole week, $4,800. $4,800 for the week. Even if they wanted to just withdraw half of this 48, that's still $2,400 that they were able to withdraw for the week. That's crazy. That you can really do some life-changing things with these opportunities a day. $744. Hey, listen, I quit. He showed me that Forex thing. That's exactly how I felt. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much again. Get back with the person who invited you. If it was me, please send me a message. Please tell me if you like the webinar. Please, please, please. I want to know how I can become better. I want to know how our team can become better. If you're interested in learning, if you're interested in becoming a student, reach out. Let's say, hey, I'm ready to get started. We have 3 phases that we break your training up into, no matter where you're located, far, near, different planet, country. It doesn't matter. We can teach you. The lessons are set up for 3 90-minute lessons. You will be added to our private training group where we do private webinars. We do a Q&A every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We send out signals, which are trades. We have live trading sessions with myself and 2 other trainers. So we have an abundant amount of value that we add to this program, and we just want to share it with you. We're really excited about it. We put so much time and effort into creating it. back testing it, making sure that it works, making sure that people are getting profits. People are understanding it, making sure we've tweaked everything and knocked all the kinks out. So this is our rollout. This is us presenting it to the world. So we thank you again. Again, follow us on Facebook. Follow whoever invited you on Instagram, social media. Share this with somebody. We do this every week. As long as you're in the Facebook group, you'll be notified about when we're going live. And every session is different. Drop your questions below, and we're going to go ahead and answer those as well. If you have anything, just drop it. We're going to make sure we touch each and every question right after this piece. So thank you again. Have a great night.